I am Isham A. Latimer, founder and president of Golden Glow Investigative and Protective Services and Martial Arts Master. We have developed this series of videos to demonstrate the skills and discipline of our security officers. The third one, we're defending against two attacks, basically. The first is a punch, the punch to the lower abdominal area. And then a hook punch to the head. Let's go back and do that slowly. Punch to the lower abdominal, block, block. Open hand blocks, rounded configuration, essentially. Control, shoot those strikes. There's a jamming kick to the knee, the shin, or the instep, or the knee, step down, toes, come through. In the street, I'm gonna have the elbow so that it's facing down to the ground so I can affect the joint of the elbow here. I'm being careful not to do that, but what I'm gonna do is sweep with the foot, inside foot, and bring the body across so that it takes the opponent to the ground. One more time, slowly. Number 4, hook punch, straight punch. Here's the block, and there's the second block. Second block is much like the very first two in that we're coming here. By the way, we use the outside of the forearm because we want to avoid possible cuts to major arteries on the inside of the arms and the wrist area. So the majority of our blocks are going to always be to protect against areas that if cut, we don't bleed out. Once again, hook punch, straight punch. Trap with the outside hand, the opponent's wrist. In the street, there's a hyperextension of the elbow right there. Now what I want to do is use this to slide in, striking right on the trachea. That's a very sensitive part of the anatomy because if the trachea is shifted in its position, it can cause death. If the person had a weapon, that would be my intent. Not to kill, but not to be killed. From there, we're going to bring this wrist around and arm bar, and we're going to bring this hand around and strike again with the elbow. That elbow strike can be to the neck, to the mandibular angle, which is the curved part of the jawline, just below the earlobe, or it could be to the temple area. From here, that arm will straighten out, and you'll sweep across, taking a step back, and the person will be taken to the ground, or strike with a knee before you do it, or press the elbow right down into trapezoid, straight down, and then sweep back. So there are always options that are available. This is good. Just one thing here, go into the punch, straight here. You're doing this with the wrist on this block, should be here. Okay? This is going around. Okay, but no, on the majority of the moves you want that, but here, okay, you don't want the wrist to do this because now it's going to kind of weaken the structure, okay? You want it's just push against here. If you do this, it's strong. You don't want to do this, but you don't want the hand coming back like this, okay? When we talk in terms of rounded, we're talking more like in the breathing exercises that the arms and the wrists and hands are overall rounded, but don't round it out by taking that particular part of the extremity and doing that, rounding out that hand, okay?